welcome to Inside Outlook. I'm Jeff Haver, Superintendent of Pemberton Township Schools. It's already December, and as we usher in the holiday season, students at Pemberton Township High School will begin staging a performance guaranteed to get everyone in the holiday spirit. This year's production of A Christmas Carol combines the drama of the play with the music of the season to present a unique version of this classic tale. To tell us more about how this idea came about is Mrs. Pinto, facilitator to the Fame Academy and also choral and musical director at the high school. Good morning, Mrs. Pinto, and thanks for joining us today.
Good morning.
This year, you decided to do something different in place of your usual musical, which occurs in the spring. Can you tell us more about this production?
Yes. This year, we decided to have our show early in December. Last year, because of COVID, we had our show outside. We did Little Women. That was totally different. It was a lot of fun. In years past, in fact, for the last 7 years, we've had our show in February, the beginning of February. But with all of the changes and COVID, we thought, let's try something different. Music in general, all over school districts, every age level, elementary, middle, high school, college level, we've really had a major impact, or we've been impacted by COVID. So we just thought, let's try something new and different since there's lots of change anyway. And let's try to re-inspire our music program. And so Mr. Quattrochi and I went to him and I said, hey, I got an idea. And he said, oh boy, okay. And he was on board. We reached out to an alumni, Patrick Poole, who majored in theater, actually. He's an actor professionally, and he and his wife wrote the adaptation to A Christmas Carol. And then we picked out the music. It's to really kind of geared towards our students. It gave us time to figure out who our students are this year, and we picked music based off of them, and here we are.
So
yeah.
My understanding is you're having Fame Academy students also participate, not just the Pemberton players?
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit more detail about that?
Yeah, we're all pulling together. The band students who are part of the Fame Academy, the musicians, we have the choir classes, Mrs. Taglarino's piano and guitar students will be participating out in the lobby during intermission. We have the art students who are decorating, painting our sets, making set pieces. We've had students make costumes. So everybody's using all of their gifts and talents and pulling together to bring the show together.
Well, I tell you what, I'm really inspired. I've seen the show many times, but I'm so excited to see this version.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful way to tie the curriculum into the production and give our students such a unique experience. And speaking of students, I believe we have two cast members joining us today to tell us more about the upcoming performance. With us are Kijana, who will serve as narrator for the play, along with Mr. Scrooge himself, played by Maddie McGreevy. I'd like to have the narrator tell us a little bit about the version of the Christmas Carol and what makes it special. Kijana?
Well, I'm sure you're familiar with the classic, story that is the Christmas Carol. And I think the music that we've added into it gives it more of a modern twist, but also makes it more special.
Absolutely. And Mr. Scrooge, I'm sure you're really excited to highlight this festive time and enjoy the holiday spirit.
Bah humbug.
Well, Mr. Scrooge, can you tell us anything that you're excited about in terms of the holiday season?
We're losing money by not working. It's an awful holiday.
Well, Mr. Scrooge, I hope as the holiday season approaches, you'll be able to share some of your joy, some of the excitement with your employee, Bob Cratchit.
He wants all day off on Christmas. He considers himself ill-used when I don't want to pay for it, but he doesn't consider me ill-used when he takes the day off and wants pay for it.
I surely hope that Mr. Scrooge doesn't ruin Christmas for Mr. Cratchit and his family.
I'm sure that he will come around at some point.
I certainly hope so. Mrs. Pinto, this play has one more feature that makes it different from a typical production. There's a steampunk twist. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes. So, simply put, steampunk is a subgenre of nonfiction, and it emphasizes steam-powered machinery, and typically takes place in a Victorian setting. When we were talking about the show, some of the students last year said, we just did a show in the 1800s. we want something modern. And then when we mentioned A Christmas Carol, we said, okay, let's make it modern. They said, no, we can't make it modern. Everybody knows it as a Victorian style. So we took the two ideas, the two concepts of something more modern, you know, decorating with gears and goggles and different things like that, and the costuming, but still keeping with the traditional Victorian time period.
Like I said before, I'm really excited about coming to see the show. Thank you. And I'd like to remind everyone that all 3 performances of A Christmas Carol will take place at 6 p.m. on December 9th, 10th, and 11th at Pemberton Township High School. Tickets are only $10 and children 4 and under are free. So bring out the family to enjoy a seasonal treat and support our students as well. That's our show for today, but before we go, I believe our guests want to give you a preview of the performance to help set the holiday mood.
You have everything you need if you just believe.
Well, I believe this is going to be a great show. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Inside Outlook.